Once, long ago and far away, there lived four little characters who ran through the maze, looking for cheese to nourish them and make them happy. Two were mice, named Sniff and Scurry, and two were little people, beings who were as small as mice, but who looked and acted a lot like people today. Their names were Hem and Hoa. Due to their small size, it would be easy not to notice what the four of them were doing. But if you looked closely enough, you could discover the most amazing thing. Every day the mice and the little people spent time on maze looking for their one special cheese. The mice, Sniff and Scurry, possessing only simple loaded brain but good instinct, searched for the hard nibbling cheese they liked, as mice often do. The two little people, Hem and Hoa, used their brains, filled with many beliefs, to search for the very different kind of cheese, with a capital C, which they believed would make them feel happy and successful. As different as the mice and little people were, they shared something in common. Every morning they each put on their jogging suits and running shoes, left their little homes and raced out into the maze looking for their forever cheese. The maze was a labyrinth of corridors, chambers, some containing delicious cheese, but there were also dark corners and bright light. Blind Alice now where? Leading nowhere. It was an easy place for anyone to get lost. However, for those who were their way, Alice leading nowhere. It was an easy place for anyone to get lost. However, for those who wait, the maze held secrets that let them enjoy a better life. The mice, Sniff and Scurry, used the simple but tried-and-error finding cheese. They went down one corridor. If it proved empty, they turned and landed on another. They remembered the corridor helped and cheese, and quickly went to new areas. Sniff was smell out the direction of cheese using great nose, and Scurry with rest ahead. They got lost. Great nose and Scurry realized ahead. They got lost, as you might expect, went often in the wrong direction and off bumps into wall. However, two little people, Hem and Hoa, had very complex brain with beliefs and emotion. It made manageable, complicated, and challenging. They realized for sophisticated like a cheat, it depended on the ability think alone of past experience over ability were sometimes clouded with the look they think. Eventually, in their own way, they all discovered what they were looking for. They each found their own kind of cheese. At the end of the corridor, cheese station C, Every morning after that, the mice and little people dressed in their learning gear and headed over to cheese station C. It was too long before they established established their own routine. Sniff and Scurry continued to wake early every day and rest remains, always following the same route. When they arrived their destination, the mice took off their running shoes. They tied them together, hung them around their neck. They them quickly did them again. So they the next so they could get to the quickly whenever they needed them again. Then they enjoyed the cheese. In the beginning, Ham and Hoa also left toward cheese station C every morning to enjoy the tasty new morsel that awaited them. But after a while, a different routine set it for the little people. Ham and Hoa awoke each day a little later, dressed a little slower, and walked to cheese station C. After all, they knew what the cheese was, how to get there. They had no idea where the cheese came from or who put it there. They just assumed it would be there. As soon as Ham and Hoa arrived at cheese station C each morning, they settled in, make themselves at home. They hang up their jogging suit, put on their running shoes, and put on slippers. They're becoming very comfortable now that they found cheese. This is great, Ham said. There's enough cheese here to last forever. The little people felt happy and successful and thought they were new school. It was long before Ham and Hoa regarded the cheese that they found at cheese station C as their cheese. It was such a large store of cheese that they eventually moved their home to be closer to it and built a social life around it. To make themselves feel more at home, Ham and Hoa decorated the wall with saying and even drew a picture of cheese around them, which made them smile. One read, "Having cheese makes you happy." Sometime Ham and Hoa would take their friends by to see their pile of cheese at cheese station C and point to it with pride, saying, "Pretty nice cheese, huh?" Sometimes they shared it with their friends, and sometimes they didn't. "We deserve this cheese," Ham said. We certainly had to work long and hard to find it." He picked up some nice fresh cheese and ate it. Afterward, Ham fell asleep, as he often did. Every night the little people would wander home full of cheese, and every morning they would confidently return for more. This went on for quite some time. After a while, Ham and Hoa confidence grew into the arrogant success. Soon they became so comfortable they didn't even notice what was happening. As time went on, Sniff and Scurry continued their routine. They arrived early each morning, and sniffed and scratched and scurried around Cheese Station C, inspecting the area to see if there had been any cheese from the day before. Then they would sit down and nibble on the cheese. One morning they arrived at Cheese Station C and discovered there was no cheese. They weren't surprised, since Sniff and Scurry had noticed the surprise of cheese had been getting smaller every day. They were prepared for the inevitable and knew instinctively what to do. They looked at each other, removed the running shoes they had tied together and hung conveniently around their necks, put them on their feet, and laced them up. The mice did not overanalyze things to them, and they went burned with their complex belief. To the mice, the problem and the answer were both simple. The situation at Station C had changed, so Sniff and Scurry decided to change. They both looked out into maze. Then Sniff lifted his nose, sniffed and nodded to Scurry, who took off running through the maze. Miss Sniff followed as fast as he could. They were quickly off in search of the new cheese. Later that same day, Ham and Hoa arrived at Cheese Station C. They had not been paying attention to the small changes that had been taking place each day. So they took it for granted their cheese would be there. They weren't prepared for what they found. What? No cheese? Ham yelled. He continued yelling. No cheese? No cheese? And so if you shouted louder enough, someone would put it back. Who moved my cheese? He hollered. Finally, he put his hand to his hips, his face turned red, and he screamed at the top of his voice, "It's not fair!" Hoa just shook his head in disbelief. He, too, had counted on finding cheese at Cheese Station C. He stood there for a long time, frozen with shock. He was just not ready for this. Ham was yelling something, but Hoa didn't want to hear it. He didn't want to deal with what was facing him. So he just turned everything off. The little people's behavior was not very attractive or productive, but it was understandable. Finding cheese wasn't easy, and it meant great deal more to the little people than just having enough to eat every day. Finding cheese was the little people's way of getting what they thought they needed to have. They had no idea what cheese meant to them, depending on their taste. For some, finding cheese was having material things. For others, it was enjoying good health or developing a spiritual sense of well-being. For Hoa, cheese just meant feeling safe, having a loving family someday, and living in a cozy cars on shattered lane. To him, cheese was becoming a big cheese, a Charles Ladder, and owning a big house atop Camembert Hill. Because cheese was important to them, two real people spent a long time trying to decide what to do. All they could think of was to keep